I'm not inclined to smoke non-Cubans, but I thought today, because it suits. And this came up in conversation. This cigar came up in conversation last night when I was at Number 6 Cavendish.
It also came up. It came up 3 weeks ago on the show. The EMG
Right.
cigars.
So when the universe is whispering in your ear, you need to do something about it. So I thought, let's go.
For me, it's usually like an Asian girl, but the universe. If you want to call her the universe, it's whatever. I got it. We're good. So.
It's being recorded, the show's being recorded.
I'm well aware.
I saw you press the record button.
I have to do something to keep the fan excited. And then, then they all come in. And sometimes Usman may even show up today. Unless he thinks you're in Pakistan and he's driving again 8 hours. Hold on, let me get you a close-up of your cigar.
So I'm going to do this as, hang on. Ready? Are you ready?
Am I ready? Yeah. You want the close-up? Oh, let's get Usman here. There's the close-up. Okay.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
So that's the EGM Encanto. I don't know if you can actually.
Well, we should talk about the EMG cigar when the show goes. Yeah, hey, listen, MGM, MOUSE, ADD, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same crap at the end of the day.
I was telling Stephen, I'm smoking this one. First of all, I don't think it's bad. I've had it once before, but I'm smoking this because the universe was conspiring for me to smoke this. It came up in conversation last night at Number 6 Cavendish. And on the way here...
Name dropper.
Well, I'm going to Tom Tom. Why not smoke something unusual, which you can't really get anywhere else? Here, you get the EGM cigar at Tom Tom. There's a range of them here. And I was going to cut it on camera, but since I'm holding the phone, I've had it pre-cut and lit for me.
Well, I'm going to try that. If I can get that in the United States and you like that, then I'm going to have to try that one.
Oh, you can get that in the United States because it's a non-Cuban.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. I got excited.
But here's the issue. Well, not the issue. I haven't tried any other of the Vitolas other than this.
I have.
I was recommended this particular. I think I had this conversation with Usman. In fact, Usman recommended this Vitola to me.
Yep.
I recommend.
Parrots recommended it to me.
I recommend the Encantos, which is this one. I recommend the Robustos, and I recommend the Brevas. 3 of them. But if you're gonna get them, Stephen, my suggestion would be to get the sampler box that I showed once. That's the best, because then you get all of those, and then you can decide later if you want more of those or not, and all of that stuff.
So later,
or Stephen, you can take my advice and the advice of people who've smoked all of them and just smoke the best one.
Well, I could do that too. So what I think I'm going to do is this Italian guy.
Subjective.
Usman recommended this one to me, and he's telling you to go through the whole sample rate. Usman said,
I always said the Robustos is the best one.
Did you?
This is the second one. Yes, sir. Very clearly, Robustos is the best Vitola in their case. This is their second best.
All right. So what's the name of the cigar? What's the name of the cigar before I massacre? Because I'm calling it the EMG MOUSE cigar.
So EGM.
EGM.
So it's in alphabetical order. EGM. Encanto, which means enchanted.
That's the name of the cigar.
EGM.
No, Stephen, for you, it's EGM cigars. That's it.
EGM. Okay.
But the Vitola is called the Encanto. I don't know if I can get really
Encanto. Yes. Yeah.
Encanto.
No.
Let's try again.
Yep. There you go.
Can you see that?
Oh, look at that! I've seen those cigars. Sure.
Take it back.
It's a pretty nice looking band. It looks like old Cuban kind of thing. Yes, sir.
Your face was and it was no. So the cigar, no. So the focus is going off. So stay where you were. Put a hand at the back so we can see. Now everything is blurred.
Oh, that's a beauty. You don't see a hand like that every day. That's like a hand model. That's really good. Oh, we're looking at the cigar. I'm sorry.
Usman is saying this again and again. I'm holding this phone with my other hand. I don't have a tripod. It's called gorilla filming.
I had a friend and he was like a tripod. Yeah.
Problems of the first world.
Yeah, first world problems. So you know what we're gonna do, kids? Just for as we say, shits and giggles. We're gonna actually start the show.
Okay, I'm gonna.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment, with over 100,000 YouTube subscribers and rapidly growing to be the most watched and podcast cigar show broadcast globally. The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment.
Look at us! Look at us! So I have a couple of things.
Everyone.
We had a gentleman from Egypt that wrote us a poem, and
Wow.
we will and world voice guy Rob Vega read the poem, and it is now in production. So next week it'll be the world premiere of the poem on the show. But during the week we'll probably release it on Instagram and whatnot. It's a very interesting poem, and with Rob's deep voice, the guy who just did the intro. It's very cool. So hopefully the cigar fans and aficionados around the globe will enjoy the poem. And you can even play it at the next turf if you'd like. To see what people think. There you go.
Absolutely brilliant.
There you go.
So now that we're into the show, I would like to, and Raza is already at Tom Tom, bragging about the EGM he's smoking.
Wasn't he supposed to be in Pakistan?
There we go.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there at all, Stephen. I have given hope. Yeah, see, that's why he's just trying to digress the subject by showing us Encanto.
Not digress, divert.
No, you were not. You were digressing from the subject.
He was diverting, really, not digressing.
I only have a limited vocabulary. I'll stick to divert.
Okay, sir. My apologies. I'm not. In my defense, I'm not a native English speaker.
Neither any of us are. So we're good. So there you go.
Good. Cool. Right. Yes. Okay. So before we move on, and I would like to light up my cigar for sure.
Please.
But before that, I thought I would give a shout out, and if I can get the bigger screen, please.
Of course you can.
Thank you. So you might remember I had shown this or not. I don't know. This is a box by Culebra Cigar Essentials. That's a very niche company or a very interesting company based out of Serbia, and they make some really good cigar cases. So this was if you remember, I had shown this one. This is the Croco leather in white. So this is their standard line. Right. And they do some embellishments or like engraving. So I got this done. Here they had written it specifically designed for my name in Arabic. And they customized the satin with the Pakistan flag for me because that's what I wanted. But having said that, as they say in cigar world, it's like once you meet and slowly and gradually the friendships increase. Right. I was able to convince them to come up with something very, very unique for us. And here is something that they have sent it to me very recently. I am going to just show it to you. If you can,
very pretty.
If you can see, this is an original Croco leather in green, but the uniqueness is the crescent and star, which signifies the Pakistani flag. Well, the crescent and star is practically with 5-6 other countries too, because of all of them being Islamic countries, if I'm not wrong. Turkey being one of them, Malaysia being the other one, and a few other in Africa. But with the green and this comes very nice.
Well, of course, it is a star, but do you know what star it is?
What star is it? That's a very beautiful case.
It's the moon eclipsing the sun, and the sun just shining out between them on the edge of the moon.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
It's Luna and Helios.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Your mom and dad are so proud that the 40 million pounds they spent on your education has finally paid off. Let me tell you, they are right now smiling at you.
Well, just Stephen, just to make you even happier, I went to a nice North London Jewish area.
Congratulations.
All my friends were Jewish.
Sorry, fam.
Huh?
Fans, we were just in the middle of something, but the boys decided to. Okay, it's fine. Right. So with that, what they've done is this is the case number 01 of 99.
Very nice.
And the beautiful part in this is, can you see some resemblance of the silk in the case with somewhere here? So they were kind enough to send me a very personalized kind of gift in the form of this tie, but they wrote my name in Arabic, and so I thought. And the best part is this section is now. Previously, it used to be cedar wood, but now it is one piece, 100% Spanish cedar. So
can you show us the name again on the inside?
Can you show us and while you're doing that, I want to give a shout out to Cigarland, because Cigarland has joined us this morning. So thank you, gentlemen. They were on the HERF on Thursday, and I signed up. I signed up for their site where I can bid on cigars from, if you will, around the world. So they approved me because I said I knew you and Riza. And then there were some comments that were made, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then we went back and forth, but they got the check, it cleared. So now I'm on the site. So hello, gentlemen, for joining. So yeah. So show us the closer. Closer. I'm just gonna keep doing it until he does it closer. Closer. Luxury cigar case, limited edition. There you go, everybody.
Libra Cigar Essentials written here. But in addition to that, they've also come up with a very interesting accessory now recently, and that is the lighter case to match with your cigar.
Wow.
So this is also a limited edition lighter case they've come up with. I mean, perfect size. The best part is it snugs right well in, so the lighter doesn't go off like this.
Wow.
So I think the sizing is perfect. It has a magnetic clasp to it and all of that. Hence, I thought I would definitely try and give them a shout out.
Well, that was nice,
because I requested them to come up something creatively for Pakistan, and they were very kind to do this.
Right.
And not only did this, but as a gesture of friendship, they sent a very nicely done tie and a few other things.
So I have a question. Since they're your new best friends, I'm just saying, you got the poor guy at Tom Tom with all the background noise, and then we've got whatchamacallit, you and I, me sitting here in the States, and I was just wondering, since he's your new best friends, apparently Riz and I didn't get our cigar cases yet, so we were just wondering when we're gonna have one.
Do you remember there's a friend of mine who was going to the US?
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Yeah, should be there landing in US as we speak sometime.
Very nice.
And he would have something of this sort already with him. So you should soon be getting contacted. Having said that, there is a gentleman who's sitting in Tom Tom who's supposed to be somewhere else. Hence, I have the case for him.
Gotcha. Hey, by the way, just to let you know, the guys at Cigarland have a question. Can you mount the case, I'm assuming it's the lighter case, on your belt? And he says, like the ST DuPont. That was a question.
That is for the lighter case, right?
Yes, I'm thinking that's for the lighter case.
No. Unfortunately, that is not possible as of now, because this is a 100% leather, proper leather. So I'm not sure if they have and this is the first time they've come up with this product. So practically, they have not even gotten these with their own fleur-de-lis insignia yet, and this was done for us. So I'm not sure whether it is possible or not, but maybe in the future. If by Cigarlands, I am guessing it's Victor. Hi, Victor. You should get in touch with Redenko in Serbia, and he should be able to guide you, or I can ask and get back to you. Or if it is the other Cigarland, which is not the company, but the handle Urs, then I will check it out for you, because and I'll let you know. Unless you want to directly get in touch with Calibra Cigar Essentials on Instagram.
Gotcha. Okay, there you go. That's what this is like. This is thank you. This is like our own private HERF. We just invite the public. By the way, everybody, Gio.
Oh yes, sir.
Before I run out of scotch, God forbid. So, like I said to my friend the other day, this is my first drink in my left hand this morning, and I'm very happy about that. So my right hand's been busy.
Right. So my cigar for today is a Davidoff Grand Cru 2000.
Really? By
I'm
the way,
sure
they
you,
they
I'm sure
said
you would have
Cigar
noticed.
they Cigarland USA.
Oh, okay, that's Cigar and US. Okay, right, that's
Oh.
fine. So I'm guessing by now you would have been thinking, what is wrong with him? He is smoking on Cuban today.
Oh, a Davidoff. Look at that.
Yes, sir. It's a Davidoff.
Congratulations.
Pardon?
Yeah, no, I was going to smoke one of those, but I went to my standard, the CAO Brazilian Amazon.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So that's the thing.
Okay.
In addition to that, I have, well, as we progress, I'll bring it. Yeah, now that's how you do it, Raza. How many times do I tell you, my friend?
Yeah, it's, you 60, 70 times you learn. That's how it is. So
Right. So let's.
it's you know what he likes going to Tom Tom? Because now he's got his own little, it's like his own private like lounge. They keep the riffraff out for an hour for him. He sits there, he's smoking cigars. There's nobody there but him. He's like a celebrity.
I'm so glad you said
Hi,
that.
Christian.
No riffraff.
Hi, Christian. We're sorry for having this kind of noise and person always there. But please bear with us for this much.
Christian's in Italy.
Upstairs?
No,
is he in Italy?
In Italy. Italia.
Is he getting EGM cigars for you in Italy? Is that what he's doing?
You
No,
get them
those are
everywhere. But in the UK, you can't really get them that easy other than online.
All right, so just so you know, the Cigarland guys want to know, how is the EGM cigar? They say, I'm really curious. That got me a little worried with the I'm really curious, because you can follow that with a lot of things, but I'm assuming it means cigars. So,
well, let me say this, that this particular Vitola, which is the Encanto, is the one that 2 or 3 people, including Usman, have recommended that I smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, one of the people who recommended that I smoke it is in himself Cuban. He's a master of Habanos in London at Harrods.
Okay.
And he said, if you're going to smoke any of the EGMs, start with the best one first. More concentrated flavor, smaller ring gauge, you get a little bit more flavor. So let me say this. Now, I'm giving this as I'm pretty much now a sort of completely Cuban cigar smoker. This ain't bad, and especially for the buck. I think it's bang for the buck. It's a good looking cigar. I don't know if you can see the wrapper on the cigar is relatively thick, which means it holds structure very well. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we have a close up of that.
Can you see the wrapper?
We can see it. We're playing da-dum-da-dum music in the background. Sure.
Anyway, so it's good construction. It's relatively inexpensive. So here in the UK, in London, which is possibly one of the most expensive places to buy cigars, this is £23.
Okay.
And for £23, I suspect you get about a 40 to 45 minute smoke if you're smoking at a sedentary pace. Great draw.
Okay.
Normally, Usman knows I'm quite nervous about smoking Lancero style cigars with a sort of a low ring gauge, because the draw is a bit too tight. Anyway, great draw, great structure, a little bit of a flavor hit, good on the retrohale. I have to say, if you're gonna smoke, if you're gonna go outside the Cuban range, this is high praise indeed coming from me. This ain't bad.
Yeah.
And that's why I recommend Steve. There you go. Usman is. Usman, what are you holding up?
This is the tasting box, which was the debut collection for EGM. EGM cigars. These are basically Dominican puros, and
I like how he has everything in a box. It's very nice.
Yeah. So okay, now we're good. Yeah. Right. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. No worries. Just I'm sorry. We're here. So
the fact that I have actually smoked a few of them.
Very nice.
I was trying to arrange them.
Gotcha.
They are different. So they're like different vitolas. So in Cantos here, then we have Udermos, Lecos, the Robusto and Bravos are missing out of here because I've smoked them. And then there's a half Corona here. So these are their cigars that they have, and they have a new Vitola, which does not come in the debut collection, because I think if they started
the Diadames.
Yes, Diadames. So if they started putting in this box would need to be like very big. So as Raza said, absolutely bang for buck. Good cigars indeed.
Okay.
Well presented cigars. They're actually well presented as well.
Very well presented cigar. Very consistent. I
will tell you. Let me tell you something. I just was looking when you were talking. I cannot find them anywhere in the United States for sale.
Oh yeah, no. So you will have to order them, and they will deliver it to you. Their shipping is free.
No, I got that.
There's a guy who can come by on a little scooter and drop off some cigars.
No, I got that. But the other problem with that is I'm looking, and the only place that says I can buy them is TomTom. Even their website sells everything.
Yeah. So TomTom is the official retailer in the UK.
Gotcha.
And so it made sense today. Specifically, I was thinking, what can I do that's slightly different? I thought, okay, why not? First of all, walk in TomTom, then smoke the EGM, and let you know what it's about. This is sort of like a real-time assassination plot.
Yeah, I like that.
Sounds good. Okay, so my first cigar of the day, I intentionally kept it light, knowing that I might smoke another one later. And I'm smoking this after a while. I have to say, this is a good afternoon, evening cigar.
What is it? It looks like a Davidoff.
That's a Davidoff Signature 2000.
Oh, okay. Dip it in tequila. It'll taste better. It's suspiciously mild, that cigar.
Isn't it like afternoon for you right now? Somebody gets up and starts the tequila in the morning, and by the afternoon he wants to dip everything in tequila. My God, Stephen, you need to tell him. You need to tell him Macallan is much better than that crap that he's doing.
I know the Macallan or the Sorrento is better. And I dated a girl for a while, and I used to dip her in scotch instead of tequila. It was a beautiful thing. But can't say that on the air. Too late. We already did. So.
Tell you, actually, if I could tell you a very short cigar story. Yesterday evening at number 6, I was smoking Esmeralda.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now I didn't have time to finish it, so I'm gonna say something that you're gonna cringe. When I went home, I dipped it in tequila.
Of course you did. So you know, just because Arnold Schwarzenegger dips his stuff in rum and tequila, you don't have to do what he does. I'm just saying, you can just enjoy the cigar.
Stephen, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, by the way, the CAO Brazilian Amazon, as always, good burn, a nice smoke. It's a beauty. So there you go.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. They need to give you a sponsorship deal. Not the show. They need to give Steven a sponsorship deal.
I smoke they should just send me paraphernalia and I'll use it constantly. But actually, the guy from EGM, I got it right finally, or MOUSE or whatever he is, the Italian guy who's trying to take the cigar world by storm, he should be a sponsor because then we just smoke his cigars on the show.
Since we're doing all the shout outs,
everybody should be a sponsor.
My next one, La Lema.
The Volcano edition. So that's volcanic rock around. It rocks, as they say.
This is
I have it on good authority that there's a special announcement coming up in January 2025 from Le Fin Lam. I won't say who, but
this was a
cigar buddy of mine is doing some design work with them.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Is he going to come on the show and talk about it?
Once officially announced, we might have him.
We could actually have him before it's officially announced and really get ahead of the curve.
Well, let's see what happens. But I'm party to it. I think Usman's party to it as well. We'll see what they come out with.
Right.
But that's a shout out to Le Fin Lam, the fine blades.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Once more, there you go.
Now that we're talking a lot about the cigar accessories today and the paraphernalia, I thought there are 2-3 very interesting cigar accessories that a lot of people know yet don't know, or if they know, they don't know the utility of that and all of that stuff. So I thought, why not just share it
Yeah.
As part of our one-on-one kind of thing or shout outs. So the first thing, and something which got a Red Dot award, if I'm not wrong, is by the Perfect Cigar Solutions.
Okay.
And this
Can you bring that
this is
closer
for
to
the
the
Cuban.
camera?
Can you
Closer
bring
to the
that closer?
camera.
Wow, that's a nice piece of cloth.
For the Cuban cigar smokers, this is something which is the best ever created accessory, because
It's a
we have this problem where 2 to 3 cigars sometimes out of the box
right,
are plugged. So
right.
this is, gentlemen, the
Yeah,
infamous perfect draw, which, so
gotcha.
if the cigar draw is clogged, you just use this through the.
Do you put it into the cigar?
Yes, sir. So
I,
I'm
I,
just
I
so
thought my
so like
proctologist was using that. Okay.
so like this, you screw it in till the time you actually feel there's a leaf or there's a stem, and you just pull it out, and it will improve and enhance the draw of the cigar. So perfect draw is something which I really swear by, and
Okay.
and is always there in my cases whenever I'm traveling
The
or
first
whenever.
time I met
Yeah.
Usman, he was smoking a significantly humongous cigar. It was a Monte Cristo A. And
Yeah.
I remember, and that was in Islamabad, and I remember that skewer was like, no, he was trying to unplug that cigar. He was basically doing the drainage work on that cigar for
Wow.
almost 2 hours. I remember that.
That's
Yes, sir.
Um,
crazy.
Yes, sir.
so when he says
So,
he swears by it, I know he swears by it. The first time I
Okay.
met him, that's what he was unplugging a cigar with. And I noticed the next time he spoke to Monte Cristo A, which was in Lahore the year
yes.
after that, he was again with the perfect draw.
Okay.
So I think Usman's favorite cigar, the Monte Cristo A, pairs very well with the perfect draw skewer.
Yeah. Apparently,
Man,
since you told
Mandatory,
Monte Cristo.
mandatory weapon, mandatory
Raza,
weapon.
Raza, the third time I smoked it, I was lucky it didn't bug me like that. So it went
No.
perfectly.
But you know something? That's part of the theater of cigar
Yeah,
Yes.
smoking. It's part of the enjoyment. It's part of the you. It's you know what? If a cigar smokes too well, you know, it's uneventful. You need something eventful.
absolutely. And now that we've done that, the
Yes.
second accessory which not many people know of, and is very very invaluable, is
Yep.
by Zycar.
Yeah.
You may be able to read it.
It's like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a screwdriver. Absolutely. So this screwdriver is the best thing, because most of us, while using our lighters, have a complaint that, oh, it's not filling, or it's just missing the light, and we can't light the cigar up, and something's going wrong and all that stuff. So
Right.
this thing has is actually the lighter gas and bubble wrap, or the air remover. So
Oh wow.
this has a small tip hole, if you see.
Sure.
Yeah, and
No.
so with the lighter, and since Raza was there at TomTom, so I thought I'll pull out the TomTom light.
Wow.
Not that I have had problems with it, but just to show. So you use it just where you put your butane can to fill
Right.
it in. You just do that, and you press it a bit, and you would have noticed a little bit of air coming out, and since this was perfectly filled, so gas came out. Otherwise, if there is some air pocket, it just takes out the air out of your lighter, and you can refill it completely, and this is all good to go. This happens mostly once you've come out of an air travel,
Okay.
because this becomes an issue, or if you've been just clicking on your lighter many a times without actually lighting it up, but just playing with it.
Yeah.
So the air pocket comes in, and you can do that. And the second side of it is actually more like a screwdriver with a Phillips and the other screw heads, and this is to increase the flame size of your lighter at the bottom. So this is something which I really think that most of us who face the problem with this should you get and use that.
Very cool. That's very nice. I use a
Thank you.
paperclip. So
Ah,
I'm just too cheap. So I'm like, yeah, I'll use a paperclip. It works out well. So,
yeah, as long as it works. So this is like a specialized tool for it. But as you said, and the third thing, which and the third item I'm going to, since I'm one of those who generally smokes the cigar to the knob,
right.
to the bottom, it comes to your fingers burning or your hands, your lips burning, and all that stuff.
Right.
So when it is like left a little bit, I use this accessory by this very, very interesting company, Cigar Dagger. And I mean, there are many variations of it,
Okay.
but Cigar Dagger is one based out of the US, which I really like because they have some very, very cool accessories made. This is the one with the Cuban flag on it. And
Very nice.
detailing
Wow.
very decently done. And you take this off and you, okay, yeah, right. And you just poke it in here and
Right.
you just smoke it like the thingy. So this is one thing which I really enjoy and use it because I'm one of those who really doesn't let his cigar go very early. So I think these couple of accessories I thought are interesting to share and show people
Okay.
regarding the kind of accessories available out there in the market for the real cigar smokers
Right.
would like to enhance their experience and troubleshoot, as I
Yes.
may say, the issues that they face while smoking cigars.
Oh, nice. Busy, you trying to show off your humidor?
I'm just trying to make the visuals a little bit more interesting.
I love it. Hey, I've got a question for both of you. Not really cigar related, but did you guys watch the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight last
I
night?
fell
Yes, sir.
asleep before it happened.
Just you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I surmised that in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, it was very interesting because when it was being prepared, there were different kind of comments and I have a few friends who are very, very uh, fond of the sport as
Right.
well as Mike Tyson, and they had like, see, if he wins, there's a win. If he loses, there's a win. Both ways, he's actually going to win because if he wins, oh, he had actually knocked down a 27 years old
Right.
kid
Right.
or 27 years old, and he's still did one of those great ones. And if he doesn't, it goes to him that, oh, okay, what if? I mean, that's the youth. At least he was there, standing, fighting, and all that stuff. And I think, given the fact that it went till the 10th round, until the last 10 seconds, well, there is kudos that is to be given to an extent that the guy himself kind of bowed and all that.
Well,
So I
and
think,
it went 8 rounds. It went the full 8 rounds, and I will say
Mhm.
that for Mike, I thought he was, he's 58 years old. I guess, he has bad knees, and he stood toe to toe. I took the punches and he gave punches. So for that, I give him kudos. The fight that
Absolutely.
was real, the fight that was awesome that you should watch because it's on Netflix. If you have it, you can go back and rewatch it. Is the two girls that fought. That was a slugfest from start to beginning. That was a great fight.
Really?
The
What fight is
fight I
that?
think that you should have watched, you should have put Rocky 2 on. When he fights Apollo for the second time, it's more satisfying.
There you
There's
go.
more satisfaction.
If you go back and watch the Netflix fight of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson,
Mm-hmm.
forget everything. Just go where the two girls fight. The two girls, I can't remember their names, but those two girls from the opening bell of the first round to the last
Okay.
second of the last round it was a nothing but. I think between them they threw like 1,000 punches.
Oh my God, what was
Yeah,
going on?
it was a slugfest. They literally were just. It was magnificent. I think the wrong girl won. I think the
Okay.
other girl should have won, and so did everybody else. But is what it is. So I think there's going to be a rematch,
I
and it'll be
personally
good.
think they should have had a pillow fight
Oh, that would
because
be nice. Lingerie, sure. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. So, but it was an interesting thing. I was just curious if anybody else other than me. And to your point, I did fall asleep, so I had to watch it kind of this morning because I was like, yeah, okay. So it was kind of like, but I was happy to see Mike do the full 8 rounds, not get hurt. I didn't really
Yes.
care if Jake Paul got hurt or not, but I was happy to see Mike do it. So I was very like, Mike, you're 58 years old. You've proved that you can get in a ring. And the beginning, Jake Paul kind of ran away from Mike. And then when they would meet, he would hug him, lock up. And I'm like, why don't you just go toe to toe and box him? And I think if they went toe to toe, I think Michael might have knocked him out. So
I think I personally, I think it's they made shitloads of money.
Yeah.
It was a complete fucking waste of time as far as I'm concerned, right? This, when the old boxers do things what would have been a spectacle, really, is Mike Tyson fighting Evander Holyfield or Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
As aged men, sort of is equals. All of this is just for, it's for ratings and Netflix and all the rich people make more money, So it's nothing more than that. It's like these. They're just dried leaves.
Here we go.
They're just dried leaves at the end of the day. Right? But you put a beautiful band on them, you put a beautiful ball. Oh, this is such a wonderful smoke. Anyway, the point being this, I think it was a completely insignificant boxing match.
Right.
And for those who want entertainment, you've got your entertainment and you paid for it. That's it. Nothing more than that.
If you have Netflix, you got it for free. It's no big deal.
But I do suggest if you really want to do it properly, you put him up, or you put fighters of equal kind of genre fighters up, and see how they hold themselves up at that age. That would be more interesting. That would be a real fight.
Well, I think Roy Jones Jr. fought him 4 years ago during the pandemic as a promote, and he still had the power. Like I said, I was happy to see the 58-year-old go and toe to toe with the 27-year-old. I'm thinking, Mikey still got it, and if he would have kept in shape over the last 20 years, I think Mikey would have gone and beat him up. But he came out with a leg brace. He came out with
the way that you're going toe to toe with us here on the show.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
it's that same sort of.
My gentleman's gentleman wheels me out here, and when we're done, he puts me back in the chair and he wheels me into the house. It's the way.
Next time you're going to be in black shorts and black black shoes.
Probably right. I'm going to with a black hoodie and stuff. And I was going to actually wear today, but because it's a formal show, I was going to wear my creation of Steven/David sweatshirt that an artist did on one of our shows, and we have hoodies made, and you can wear David and I on your chest. It's so we're going to wear that, but it's somewhere in the merch thing here.
Why not?
By the way, may I just make a point which is just coming to my mind. The show is we're 37 minutes into the show. In other words, roughly it's been about 45 minutes since I lit this cigar. I'm only halfway through it. Which I'm actually surprised at myself. I'm very surprised. Usman knows I'm a much more I'm a fast smoker, but I have been slowing down. I'm 45 minutes into a smoke on an EGM Lancero called an Encanto. Right. I'm only halfway through, and I've been puffing away. I haven't really stopped. So that gives you some kind of idea of. I think this is an hour's smoke if you really want to stretch it out, perhaps more.
Very nice. That's nice. So, well, the guys from EGM Cigars.
Because my recollection is that on 80% of these programs,
Usman
will have seen that. I'm almost down to the nub, if not finished, before the end of the program.
That's true.
So for me, this is a little bit of a wake-up call. This one is still, going. I haven't had to relight it. So I'm waxing lyrical about it because I'm surprised that it is not a bad smoke at all.
All right. So for all the people that are trying to figure out what he's smoking, he is smoking an EGM cigar. So there you go.
I have a slight suggestion. When you put the thumbnail up of this show,
sure.
See if you can include this band in that thumbnail.
You realize we use AI, and as much as I would love to, AI can't spell. So when we use AI, we ask AI to spell everything properly. We spell it out in big letters for it, and we kind of get what we get. So if you want a specialty band, we would have to send that to David, so the show wouldn't come out until like Tuesday. So because we use AI for the thumbnails, but we can try. You could
try.
We'll try, or it'll just be a nice
suggestion.
I like the suggestion. It's great because I know we're sucking up to the EGM guys for free stuff.
And then also in the AI, one of your prompt words could be alligator skin because of Usman's cigar case.
Alligator. Yeah.
It looked very nice. Was it alligator or would you say alligator or crocodile?
Well, they call it crocodile skin.
So that crocodile skin, which by the way, I didn't say anything because I was letting Usman present. I thought it was beautiful. I thought
It was
that
very
green,
beautiful.
it was very reptilian,
So
very.
here, let me tell you how this is done. We owned a fashion company many years ago. That's called Camus, is what it is
Okay.
actually. And what they do is they dry it, and then they goes to a tanner, and then the
Yeah.
tanner will make it into the color that you want. So we used to buy tons of skin, if you will, from, if you will, a crocodile or whatever, but they call it, they're babies. They're little camus. It's not like they go out to the African Nile and get themselves like a 40-footer and skin it. They have a farm where they do all that stuff. So yeah, so it's
Yes.
very, and from the look of it, it looks like it's nice. They didn't get caught in wire. It's beautiful. That's like as it should be. There's
Yeah.
no mark or anything.
The best part is that I was actually given an option,
Right?
and they were like, I was sent a video. I mean, because they were personalizing, and this was the first one to be done in this case.
Right.
There were like 4 or 5 different color options
Right.
for me to go for it. And I saw those stand in different colored and all that stuff. These are, yes, baby crocodiles of the, and they were, and it took them some more time. One, because they were perfecting the new base, which is now
Right.
100% Spanish cedar, and the other part is they were very responsible, and they were waiting for the official certificates to reach them so that they can very clearly share that this is something that they've procured legally and all that stuff. So
Very
I think
nice.
I would give kudos to the
Yeah.
ethical ways of working in that case as well too.
Yeah. And those are accessories I like. I like my cigar cases and whatnot. I like when I go
Mhm.
out, I put it in my breast pocket. And when I want to have a cigar, I pull it out.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about the cigar case. And then my cigar, and then I enjoy it. So it's like, and a lot of people, it's just like a woman with a handbag. It's just a different accessory.
Absolutely.
So, and
Absolutely.
it's
I
nice.
mean, many of my friends, and you guys will also know, Razaf definitely knows, that I am a sucker for good cigar cases, ashtrays.
Yep.
Trust me. I mean, one day I was
The
just,
whole world is an ashtray.
oh my
Oh God, here it comes. Oh my God, here it comes.
oh, God
Uh,
help us.
I love
Yeah.
it too, Usman.
So the number of ashtrays I've made Raza purchase for me from London and
Right.
send them is insane. And one day I will, and then friends come, they would bring a present or something, and then whenever I find, I will get them. So one day I was just putting them on the big dining table,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it happened that the space ended, and
Wow.
I was told, now can we open a shop for these? And I was like, no, nobody touches them. I'm taking them back.
This is a
So
very
yeah,
interesting topic. This is actually a very interesting topic, and I'll tell you why. Because this topic came up recently. There's I mentioned in the last show, the show before that, there's a couple of new cigar lounges that have opened up in London.
Yep.
Right. One of the things that is quite notable on sort of like the social media, whether you want to go YouTube or Instagram or whatever else may be, right? A lot of the cigar lounges are notable by the brand of ashtrays that they keep for the customers to use.
yes,
Huh.
I
yes.
don't mean the ones that they sell. I mean in the physical lounge. So if you can see here at Tom Tom, they have a kind of bespoke artisan flavor. So they'll have
Right.
sort of like an ashtray there, sort of an elongated ashtray. Then they'll have something very arty there. Then they've got an Ellie Blur over here.
Right.
Or, so they have a sort of like an eclectic. They've gone for the eclectic look. If you go to a place like Fumar, they've got solid silver ashtrays by Harrods. If you go
Right.
to
Oh, they have. Haven't they got the Colibri ones?
no, the lighters are Colibri. The ashtrays
Oh,
are
okay.
by a brand which I can't remember. I think it's called Cristal or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, but made in Harrods. The solid silver ashtrays, really beautiful. I mean, they're really good looking ashtrays. If you go to number 6 Cavendish, they've got the full range of Havana Club ashtrays, so that virtually any color you can imagine. And it's exactly. That's a
Yeah.
nice one. That's a very nice. That's a
Thank
really
you very
nice,
much.
elegant one.
Thank
Where
you
did
very
you
much.
get that one from?
Thank you very much for sending this to me, my friend.
That's quite exceptional. That's a rare one. It's
Yeah, you're the one who sent it to me. Thank you.
oh,
That's why
sorry,
he's telling you how
Alzheimer's.
That's why he's telling you how exceptional it is.
Well, anyway, so cigar lounges
Yeah.
do pride themselves in one way or another on their lounge ashtrays. There's one ashtray. There's
There's one lounge that is open. Sorry, Razak, to cut you while you're going to think. There is a cigar lounge that is opened in Dubai by the name of Pair. So Pair, Pair UAE.
Yeah.
I've not been there yet, but I have actually noticed through their social media handles and all of that the cigar ashtrays that they have in their lounge are quite unique, and I was really happy to see a very, very elegant looking, interesting ashtrays that they put in.
Ashtray.
So yeah. So and apparently now after a while they've also started to put them for someone who wants to take a piece of pear with them to their home. So they have the ashtrays for sale. But initially, when they came out, they were very nice ashtrays, very, very, very decent looking ashtrays, and very unique. I'd never seen them generally the kind they were. So I must say, you're right, Raza. This is kind of a statement piece for all the places.
It's a statement piece, and here,
yeah,
they may be going in a branded direction momentarily. I won't tell you which brand.
Okay.
You'll just see it happen. It would be wrong of me to preemptively tell you that they're going for the top.
Well, when you say top brand, just there's like 40 top brands, so it's kind of hard to like pick one.
And depends on top brand by price, top brand by quality, top brand by design. So there is no harm done, Raza. Don't worry about it. Christian is a friend. He will not kill you. It's okay.
He'll have other people do it, but not him. That's okay.
So it's a hitman.
Yeah, he'll
he'll
send a top brand hitman, not just an ordinary one, but a top brand hitman. So, yeah. So I was at Hermes the other day, and Hermes has ashtrays, and I was like, "Oh, very nice." So I was like, "Please tell me what they cost," and the guy told me, and I just laughed. I was like, "Seriously, stop it! What do they really cost?" And he told me, I was like, I said, "Are all the girls here going to blow me, or how's this work?" And he's like, "No," he said, "That's extra." And I said, "Okay." I said, "I'll do now. We're good." But I was like shocked. It's like I have some cool ashtrays, but they're ashtrays, and yes, they're a statement and they're whatever. And for a cigar lounge, yes. But I'm like, come on. It's like there's a point where I'm just like, it doesn't justify it in my mind.
Next week, most likely. And I'm keeping it with a caveat that if I am recording the call and if I am getting into our show from where I am currently,
right?
In that case, I would try and share some unique ashtrays, or at least the ones that are unique to me. I mean, this is like artisanal products. And if I'm not here, then maybe the episode after that, because there is an expected possibility that I might not be recording the show from my place. So and there's a surprise.
Okay.
So if I'm here, then I will show it. Otherwise, the week after the next one, I will show a few of the interesting ashtrays and that people and their utilities of different kinds.
Yeah. The most unique one I have is the Winston Churchill hat.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of cool ashtrays, but the one, and I won't use it as anything because it's the humidor, the ashtray, the whole 9 yards, and it's made out of like porcelain. So I'm like, it just sits on the desk, and I just get to admire it. I don't want to use it because I'm afraid it'll break.
My favorite ashtray is the one I don't have. If you remember, Stephen, in the 80s, McDonald's used to do foil ashtrays that were pressed.
Yes, I remember those. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine having that now. Imagine you remember those little foil ashtrays? They were just pressed in a mold, and you could just throw them away.
You know what's really funny? I bet we could find those. I bet somewhere on the internet they're selling the foil McDonald's ashtrays.
On eBay, I am very certain about that. Yes, you're right.
That would be quite cool in a cigar lounge if you had pressed foil cigar ashtray, which you could.
And you throw them away when you're done, or the people can take them.
You heard the idea. You heard the idea here first.
Yeah.
I'm formally taking the ownership of that intellectual property.
Okay.
And Stephen is rush to get off the phone in order to go and patent it and
I've already given the
distribute
nod
it.
to the attorneys that are sitting over there. They're already starting. We're good. So they're like, oh, it's a good idea. Put a little cigar theme, foil, make it. We could do that. So, and the nice thing is it's inexpensive. So you could literally sell like a pack of 50 for like nothing and still make money.
True that.
Yeah. And because Donald Trump wants to make everything great again in America, we'll make him in America and ship them to the world.
Stephen, can I tell you something?
Please.
I only pick winners.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. If you want to go down this road, we could discuss these cabinet picks.
I don't want to go down. I want to go up the road.
Okay, well, just so you know, on Lost Dollar Business Club, we said to Mr. Trump yesterday that our group for the Lost Dollar, we want to head the educational department. So we want to make America great by giving kids an education again, where they actually know, I don't know, history, math, science, things like that, little things. So we said we would run that for him, and we haven't heard him.
Stephen, now that you've said this, it's actually interesting to hear that, because I don't know. I mean, US is US, and the impression of the first world towards and in the countries like where I am, the developing countries, is very different, and the examples given are generally that, oh, these things are like all great in the US or the United Kingdom or the European countries and all that stuff. But you're actually right. These days, people like me are trying to find out options where you can really educate the children and the young lot. And when I say educate, I mean real education, where it is going to help them in their life as well, unless it is just like for the sake of doing it. I mean, in most of the cases, if you know, and since you use the word maths and science, trust me, I am getting sick day by day looking at this new generation, where for like 10 into 15 they have to use a calculator. And I was like, guys, what is wrong with you? So I think that's something which is not only a US problem, but more like becoming a generational global problem, where they want it easy, they want it through Google, and now the AI and all that stuff, where it has all its advantages. The disadvantage is that the young lot has stopped using their brain.
Right, they stopped thinking.
Yeah.
Our generation, and Riz is younger. Well, you're the youngest in our group, but I think your generation is the last generation where they use their brain.
Absolutely.
And the generations now don't use their brain. Like I remember we had to use the Dewey Decimal System in the library. We had at home we had the World Encyclopedia Britannica encyclopedias if you wanted to do research on, and you went to the library. So today they just pop on the internet, and to your point with AI, it's just barely write me a paper and then they change a few words and it's done. So I don't know if we're creating a society of thinkers or if we're just creating a society of little robots, which is maybe, we're here at the Lizard People Illuminati Club, that's what we want. But the parents may want their kids to actually think at some point. So I find it interesting. So who knows?
No, you're absolutely right. The fun fact is, a little while ago, I asked my daughters, since I keep like all of these little old stuff with me as nostalgia. So I have a typewriter.
Right.
And the day they saw me, I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm typing. For them, it was like something which they had never imagined. And so it became like kind of a plaything for them, where they will come and just press one of the keys. And I was like, guys, you don't do it, because if you don't press it rightly, it's gonna. And I was like, okay. And similarly, I gave them that retro dialer phones.
Sure. Rotary.
Not a single one of them was able to dial a whole number. And that was like insane for me. I was like, these guys have just gotten so used to finding contacts and just pressing one button, or at the max, those push buttons, that they don't even understand that these dialer phones were there for a reason.
Usman, you may find this surprising, but in order to communicate over the timings of this show, Stephen and I use telex machines. We telex each other,
and then we fax.
And then it's first thing in the morning. Stephen hears the.
And
the little strip coming out, and then he has to read the strip and interpret it, and then he'll
I
get
have a
his
person
secretary
who
to
reads
type a message.
That's right.
The message will be inputted into the telex machine.
Yeah.
On my side,
Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah. Old school. Hey,
Trust
no one intercepts our messages, so
Trust
we're
me,
old school.
can I
it
tell you
will be.
something? Do you know how? And I still remember it. I remember it as a kid. Do you know how satisfying that sound is?
Yes.
Yes.
That sort of like something. There's something special. There's a special
Raja,
message coming through.
you've actually gone far. If you somehow, and on this side of the world, we still have a few places where they still use those, like those desk jet printers.
Yeah.
Those like with the strips on it.
Yep.
And you're like, what? So it's like that's nostalgia for us, like because those 386, 486 computers with those desk jet.
I saw a YouTube video. You know they've revived the Commodore 64.
Really?
Brand new.
I've heard that. Yes, I've heard that.
So I had a VIC 20 in 1983. Do you remember that, Stephen? Which is a Commodore. It was a VIC 20, 3.5K.
Okay. I had a compact 385, so that's the
Compact.
closest.
I remember the compact.
Yeah, I remember Commodore, but I didn't have a Commodore. But I know the computer.
So this is before the Amiga, before the 64.
Right.
I had a VIC 20, 1983, 3.5K ROM.
Wow.
And then you could put a RAM cartridge in the back and boost the RAM.
Yes. Yeah.
And now what is our stuff has like terabytes.
8-bit? It was an 8-bit computer. 8-bit.
Yeah.
So,
and now we have stuff that's like, my laptop I think is like a terabyte worth of of storage, and you're like, oh,
my
okay.
Cigar has a terabyte worth of storage.
These phones come with like the least is like 256 GBs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. Things have changed, things have evolved to the better as well. But yeah, sometimes I feel as to the actual point, the use of brain and thinking capability, and as they say, the life skills has lessened.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
And that is something which I feel is going to be a challenge for the new generation when they are at our age. And as parents, for us, it is a challenging situation on what to do in the future. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that. That's a beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beauty. No, you know what the challenge is going to be? Because there's a company in Japan or China that made robots to compete with the Tesla robots. That actually, these Chinese robots look a lot better. We talked about it on the other show earlier, Lost Dollar Business Club. I'm plugging. However, I'm thinking, okay, so you have these robots. It's going to be to a point where humans don't leave their homes, right? The robots are going to do everything. That's what we're trying.
I'm going to get a robot to smoke my cigars for me.
No, that we have to still do as humans.
Especially the Dominican leaf.
Oh, here we go. Yes, the non-Cubans, you'll have the robot smoke, but you'll smoke the Cubans. As it should be.
Sometimes now that you've talked about this, sometimes with this interesting brand that all of us know,
right?
I'm sometimes confused if it is actually hand rolled or by machine, because sometimes it is too perfect looking.
Right.
And the wrapper is so clean, and every single stick in the box is like, guys, what happened here? So yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's the work of robots and not the actual torcedores.
I don't know, they say hand rolled. Like that's the only reason that the CIO Brazilian Amazon say hand rolled. Now, whether they're hand rolled or not, I have no idea. I'm not at the factory. I'd like to think they are. They say they are.
No, with CIO Brasilia, I can feel they're hand rolled, because you lay down like 7 or 8 cigars in a tray. You can see imperfections a little bit and this and that, and that tells you, okay, this is the work of hand. But with damn knobs, they're sometimes so perfect. I don't even understand. That's the only thing which I either they have absolutely brilliant quality control, or they just ensure that.
I think they have the quality control. I saw a special on them once. And they're literally like they run it like a Nazi concentration camp. Like if the cigar's no good, it goes away. So so it's like no good, and to be like the roller, finally, and you roll like inexperienced ones roll the cheaper Davidoffs, and then as you get more experience and better, you start getting to roll like if you will, the year of the whatever for $9,000 a box. That's how they do it. So
the only thing is, I'm now that you've said this, I'm trying to think. Do they have any cheaper cigars in Davidoff? I don't
well,
think so.
relatively speaking, like a $20 stick instead of a whatchamacallit, instead of a $350 type of thing.
Or the new 700 pounds or $700 stick, which is the Oro Blanco.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. I was like, that's just crazy. So, oh wait, Cigar Land wants to know: do we need a brain when we have AI? Yes, we need a brain when we have AI. Yes,
Absolutely.
of course. Yeah.
Trust me. Otherwise, AI can't spell. I'm sorry.
Well, AI can't spell. I know that because the thumbnails that we put out takes 30 times for him to spell Habano right. So, or get the episode number right. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
1 hour in, there's still some cigar left. 1 hour
look at
in.
that.
There's still something worth smoking there.
Very nice. Very cool. And you're enjoying it, which is really unusual.
It's not bad. I was sort of like licking my lips to see what kind of taste. It's got cedary. You know what? You close your eyes, you squint your eyes, you're smoking something Cuban, maybe.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're gonna get into a new controversy now. I see.
Who likes the cigar? EGM, congratulations, EGM. You finally got a non-Cuban that Rizzo likes. So to the Italian gentleman that likes it or that started the company, congratulations.
Oh, they're Swiss. They're Swiss.
They're Swiss communist bastards, the friendly Nazis. Who cares then? There goes that sponsorship.
Well, by the way, the other point to note, I don't believe I've relit the cigar at any point. The burn has continued evenly. I've not had any draw issues.
Okay.
The reason I'm sort of a bit waxing lyrical about it is I'm surprised. I spoke it before, but I'm actually surprised. It's just going through a conversation. I'm having a fairly decent time, and bang for buck.
Yeah. All right. So for 23 pounds, boys and girls, EMG. There you go. We found a new cigar. So, I mean, Rizzo will never smoke it again, but for today's show, he'll be smoking it. So we like that. So good. And the guys from Cigar Land want to just tell you that AI is ape intelligence.
Yes.
And they're saying good burn, I'm assuming, to Rizzo's cigar, possibly the Davidoff. And there you go. So there you have it. So everybody's enjoying their cigars on this beautiful Saturday, whatever time it is, where we are in the world.
Oh.
So, yeah. Oh, look at this.
Are you going live there as well, Russell?
I don't see you on there.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out how to do that. That's impressive then. Oh, there we are. You're going to run the cigar show? There you go. There it is. You can watch us live. That's not us. He's muted himself. I love when he does that.
Yeah.
That's the best part. So
I think we have a cigar lounge inside the cigar lounge.
Very nice. Very nice. So now that everybody's waking up around the world and joining the show, do we have to do another hour, or are we going to be like, guys, we're almost done? I feel bad for all these people. All these people are now coming. They're all coming on now. I'm like, guys, we're almost done. We've been doing this for an hour. I mean, I can always have more scotch, but I'm just saying.
See, the thing is, I think since last week, because of the daylight saving, the timing for Pakistan and this part of the world have changed by 1 hour. So people are getting used to the new time, I guess.
Okay.
Like I was very confused last time, and I was like ready 1 hour before that. I was like, I was like, oh shit! Now I know.
Right.
So this time I knew. So yeah, I think that it'll take 1 or 2 more weeks, and everyone will be like on time, and then.
And the good thing is, if you missed any of the live show, you just go to our channel and you go under live podcasts, and you can just watch it under that, or it'll be rebroadcasted in 3 hours again. So you can watch it wherever you'd like. So, but it's nice to have the fans here. And I like when they ask questions or give comments, because that's always good, because they know more than I do. So I like that. So there you go. So very good, gentlemen. Anything you want to say before we leave the fans, other than you're enjoying your EGM? Yeah, he's nodding. He's ready. He's like, I'm done. I got things. So he was very dapper with his little fedora and his scarf. He's ready to go.
Tom, you have some work to do here. Please do it today. Christian Please don't let him leave without.
Christian's in Italy. Christian's in Italy though.
Christian will still hear it.
Okay,
Christian
good.
will still hear it.
He watches the. I know he watches
There are
the
other
show
people
every
here
week.
as well, apart from Christian.
No, we only know Christian.
There's a
We're
plethora of
snobs.
experts circulating around.
You've never have us meet others. We
only meet Christian.
Christian, so we know him only.
He's the shyest of the lot, and yet he's the one who comes onto the screen.
He's the one that comes onto the show. This is the guy who's the shyest of the lot. So, we have Cigar Lands. They said hello anyone from Cigar. Hello anyone from Cigar Lands. And so we have Cigar Land and Cigar Lands now. We're both on the show.
So now we have Victor and Urs both on the show.
Very nice. And so I'm glad I joined that little website the other day. I know they're here because of you, not me. So they don't see me on the HERF. I leave the blank screen. Maybe this Thursday I will make an appearance, and everyone will be like, "Why?" I don't know. So why are you here? Rizza made an appearance. So.
Having said that, Steven.
Yeah.
We are still waiting for those Pretty Cubans to come out someday.
The pre-Cubans.
Cigars, I mean.
Okay.
The ones that you were to show us.
I'm aware, but remember, the Saturday's a little tough. One Saturday it'll be raining and I can just do everything because I can pull it right from the humidor. It literally sits. You can't see because I'm outside, but it sits like my desk is here and the one with all the Cuban cigars is right behind where my laptop is. I could literally lift it up and pull them out. I also have, which I totally forgot, Penthouse cigars that a friend of mine did when Penthouse was in business. I've got a few of them in tube. And I won't smoke them, but when you smoke them, you take them out. There's of course a centerfold of a girl. So I have some Penthouse cigars. So I thought whatchamacallit, I thought that was interesting when I looked through them the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I'll show those as well. Not everybody has those because they're just one of those things. And Penthouse is no longer in business, so it's like a relic. So I want to keep my relic.
Sounds great.
And so there you go. So anyway, gentlemen, it's a pleasure to all the fans. Thank you for watching. We're sorry if you missed any of the show. Go back. We talked about cigar accessories, and we talked about Riz's new favorite cigar, EGM.
Oh wow!
Yeah, which is we got to do a shot of that, and we answered some questions for everybody. There you go.
Ettore and Nicola, you should be proud. It's Raza talking about EGM today, not me.
Yeah. So it's very good. And to the guys who made the cigar cases, absolutely gorgeous.
Rodenko, thank you very much from Culebra Cigar Essentials.
Let's do that. There you go. We'll get all our plugs in. And we like to thank Christian and Tom for letting Rizza stay there and not throwing him out during the show, which is always nice. We like that. So to everybody, thank you for watching. Next week, we will be back with what? I have no idea, but we will be back with something. And there you go. Usman, anything?
I think as always, it's a great show. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
Before we go, now Cigar Lands, not Cigar Land, the guy with the S. He's going, I'm super curious to try the EGM cigars. So Rizza, in 10 seconds or less, tell him why he should try it. And then we're going to say, don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see everybody next week.
You should try it because you haven't tried it yet.
Oh, yeah.
He gives a full review earlier in the show. You can go back and watch that. Anyway, we'll see everybody next week. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Cheers, everybody.
Rizza, stay there after the thingy.
Oh, yeah, Rizza, don't forget to, stay. Oh, he's giving us this. Cheers, everybody.
Like, subscribe, and share the show.
Cheers. Gio.
Gio.